Welcome to this week's edition of Eye on the Eagles. This weekend saw 7 teams in action, with many sports kicking off their fall seasons or Sunshine State Conference schedules. The men's and women's tennis teams opened up their fall schedule this week as they hosted the ERAU Open. The Eagle team saw 5 men go undefeated through the weekend. Carlos Becca, Rodolfo Arregué, Luke DeCaires, and Roberto Cuellar Rangel each went 4-0, while Fabian Zierlin was also unbeaten at 3-0. Arregué and Miguel Lopez Gomez teamed up for doubles play and went 3-0 as well. On the women's side, the Eagles were led by Mina Bennett, Hui Huang, and Anna Goitz, each of whom posted 4-0 records. In doubles, Bennett joined up with Giovanna Tomioto to go undefeated at 3-0. The men's and women's cross-country teams traveled to Gainesville, Florida to compete in the Mountain Dew Invitational on Saturday. The women tied their best finish ever by placing 3rd out of 21 teams. Alex Orr led the charge for the blue and gold, finishing 7th in a time of 18:47.38. The men's team ran to an 8th place finish out of 18 teams. Andrew Carpenter was the top finisher for the Eagles, crossing the line 11th overall in 26:11.39. Volleyball hosted its home opener as well as its first Sunshine State Conference game on Friday night. The blue and gold were dominant, winning 3-1 over Florida Tech. Evelina Abdurakhmanova had 15 kills and 11 digs, while Anna Pajic had 14 kills to go with 10 digs. Ella Duggan and Amanda Saunders each had 6 blocks.
It was a great introductory game into the Sunshine State Conference. I think we played well, but we need to understand that night after night it's going to be competitive.
On Saturday, the Eagles hosted number 9 Florida Southern. The blue and gold fell 3-1, but put up a good fight, forcing extra points in all 3 sets the Moccasins won. Tamiris Ferreira finished with 43 assists and 21 digs, while Summer Paxton had a career-high 36 digs. The men's soccer team opened up its Sunshine State Conference schedule on Saturday night, falling to Barry 3-0. Mariba Bala led the team in shots with 3, and goalkeeper Jeff Bone had 9 saves in the loss. The women's golf team began its fall schedule by competing in the Lady Falcon Invitational hosted by Daytona State. The team was 9th, shooting a 2-day total of 685. Fatima Corrales was the top Eagle finisher, coming in tied for 26th place with scores of 80 and 86 for a combined 166. The women's soccer team opened up its Sunshine State Conference schedule as well this week. On Wednesday, the ladies traveled to take on number 21 Rollins. In a rainy matchup, the Eagles conceded first, but were able to bring the score level in the 40th minute thanks to Andrea Freuschag's 3rd goal of the year. Despite many close chances for the blue and gold in the second half, the game went into overtime. Rollins found the back of the net in the 106th minute to win it, 2-1. On Saturday, ERAU had their toughest test of the season in taking on number 1 Barry. The Eagles opened up a lead in the 4th minute as Catherine Ebbs drove in a strong string of passes from Guro Nosberge and Freuschag. 8 minutes later, the Eagles struck again with Freuschag setting up for Guro's first score of the season. Olivia Lynch recorded the shutout with 8 saves for the Eagles' 2-0 upset win. Following their successful weekends, Andrea Freuschag and Rodolfo Arregué were named Student Athletes of the Week. This week, the men's golf team opens up its schedule as they participate in the Jay Jennison Memorial Tournament, hosted by Flagler on Monday and Tuesday. The volleyball team also competes on Tuesday as they travel to face Rollins at 7 p.m. The Eagles then host number 5 Tampa at home on Saturday at 4 p.m. The men's soccer team heads into action on Wednesday as they travel to face Nova Southeastern, and then on Saturday, the Eagles host Eckerd. Both games kick off at 7 p.m. Women's soccer will have 2 games as well this week. On Wednesday, they host Nova Southeastern at 7 p.m., and on Saturday, travel to take on Eckerd at 2 p.m. Racing on Friday will be the men's and women's cross-country teams. They head to Lakeland, Florida for the Moccasin Invitational. The men's and women's tennis teams will be in action again this weekend as they compete in the USTA ITA Florida Regionals in Pensacola, Florida. Tune in next week for more game highlights and a look ahead at what's to come.